Good win tonight. Obviously, offensive outburst, 6 runs in the first inning, but 11 quality at bats in a row to start the game in that first inning. We sent 11 guys to the plate, and everybody either hit it hard, had a productive out, got on base, got a hit. It was just a really good way to kind of set the tone. And even the whole second time through the order, I thought our at bats were really good. Just being able to jump out to 10 runs in the first 3 innings was exactly what we needed. It allows the pitching to just be able to pitch with a lead. We had a lot of guys get in the game that maybe haven't been out there as much as we want them to, or they've wanted to. So really good all the way around. Pitched well. Swung the bats really well the first 3 innings, and that's exactly what we needed. We needed to get felt like we haven't had a lopsided victory in a while, so to get a run rule, after a tight one yesterday, is really good momentum going into tomorrow's training and the weekend.
Yesterday we talked a lot about the top of the lineup, but getting that production 1 through 9 today, what does that say about just the depth of this team?
Yeah, and Jacob Jarrell and Andrew Chufo were on the bench. It's just at every given every game, there's always a couple of guys, 2-3 guys in the dugout that should be playing, and so gave JJ and Chufo the day off tonight. And Tristan McClatty's in there, and his 4 RBIs and a big 3-run home run, and it's just there's a lot of production on this team, 1 through 9, and it's a luxury item to have the depth. It's also a challenge to get everybody all the at-bats that they need and the innings they need to pitch, but certainly a good problem to have, and we're not complaining about it.
Justin got out there tonight. Was that just a chance to get him a little work before the weekend, or what were you guys kind of thinking there?
Yeah, he didn't make it out of the first inning, so he didn't pitch that much. So Justin's one of those kids, the more he pitches, the more experience he can get, the better he can get. So we wanted to get him back out there after he got roughed up this past weekend, and we'll see how we're going to use him this weekend. We'll figure it out, but he looked comfortable and in control, and Wake Forest has a lot of left-handed hitters in their lineup, so he's going to pitch, and we'll figure out exactly whether it's a Sunday starter or use him in relief, but he's going to have a valuable role on our pitching staff, no question.
Looking forward to this weekend, Wake Forest coming in, not only an important matchup for the ACC, but nationally. What are some things you're looking for out of your team, but not only the team, but also just the stadium and atmosphere this weekend?
Well, we've played some good teams already this year, so it's another really big test. We've really struggled at least the last 2 years with Wake. They've swept us both years in a row, so they've played us really good. So I expect it's going to be a heck of a battle. But they're very well coached. They've got great players. They've got a first rounder at shortstop. They've got an awesome pitching staff. So it's going to be a heck of a test, and we're going to need everyone not only on our team to be at the top of their competitive levels and bring their best energy and focus, but we're going to need the 10th man as well. And so we're actually going to talking to Hennessy about maybe putting some prompts on the video board to help the crowd with some type of engagement, because it's easy to get loud after something happens, but we almost want that preemptive energy to help our team start a rally as well, and put some pressure on the other team so they have a physiological response, because it's such a hostile environment. And we've seen it before. We've seen it in the postseason for sure, and we've seen it for South Carolina. But the challenge is, how do we create an energy and an atmosphere and a hostile environment that rivals postseason and Gamecocks in ACC play, and really every game that we play? And then that's our job also as coaches and players and baseball program to not only put a good product between the white lines, but to come up with enough ideas that this is a fun place, that families want to bring their kids, that students want to come hang out, that someone retired in the community wants to come over and watch us play, but not just spectate, participate. And so I think that's probably the next level that we have with our atmosphere is how can we get more participation from the crowd to bring it, as many pitches as we possibly can. So we're coming up with some ideas. We'll have some cool stuff.
How do the players just feed off that energy as the fans do bring that energy?
Well, they know that energy is for them, and the opposing team knows it's against them. And so there's things that we can do, and we feel it when we go other places. You go to Florida State, and it doesn't matter if it's the first inning or the ninth inning. If you're hitting at Florida State and you have 2 strikes on you, the whole stadium, Dick Howser Stadium's yelling K-time. And our guys joke and practice it here. We practice it in the fall, that if they want to try to put psychological pressure, they're all banging the rail, yelling K-time to K, and I don't care if we copy them. We can do that, and everyone at most places, every time your team is on defense and you have 2 outs and 2 strikes, the whole stadium stands up and starts clapping and cheering. And that needs to be reinforced a little bit more. And we just gotta keep putting that out there so that we can come up with the ways that when we talk about we want it rowdy and we want this energy, well, how do you make it rowdy? How do you make it that energy? It's easy in the postseason. It's easy against the Gamecocks, but we need to bring it all the time. And we're thinking of all the ways we can, and we're trying to get more kids and fans onto the field during the game, coming up with fun things and cool things that we can do. Our players are going into the stands now in the middle of the 4th. We're thinking, come, hell or high water, we are going to do it. We're going to get this place to 10,000 fans and the rowdiest, best atmosphere in all of college baseball. We're going to do it or die trying.
Speaking of energy, getting that run rule, you guys have done it a couple times this season. Can you just speak on the excitement of that, and especially heading into Wake Forest?
Yeah, it's always exciting to run rule. It's always exciting to feel like that energy of even though it's not a walk-off, it's a walk-off because it's a run rule walk-off. But it also does a couple things. It gets everyone off their feet a couple innings earlier. It saves the bullpen even more. We didn't have to, pitch our high leverage guys that we, would have had to use. And so it preserves the bullpen a bit, and it preserves maybe just some of that energy. Now, we had some guys on deck that were going to go into the game, Jay Dillard and Ty Marshall. I would have liked to see them get some action too. But I think we would much rather prefer to have that run rule victory, and guys are feeling good going into training tomorrow and set up for the weekend. But yeah, it just keeps the momentum on our side. But that once the game starts on Friday, it's going to come down to who plays the best, and we know that.
Obviously, a great performance. What did you see out there that you liked tonight?
I like the offensive quality at bats, stringing them together in a row. That was a big point of emphasis. We didn't have a big inning yesterday, so we talked about the importance of stringing quality at bats together to get big innings. So we got 2 big innings tonight that proved to be really the difference in the game. And I like that our guys are using the whole field. They're not just pulling the ball or not. They're hitting the ball with authority all over the field, so that's good to see as well. Luke Gaffney hits it off the top of the wall. Oppo, Cam Canarella's back to spraying the ball, line to line. And I like the depth of our offense, 1 through 9. Our 9-hole hitter has 4 RBIs and hit one on the roof of the hitting facility. So it is a luxury item. It feels like we have 9 guys in the lineup that are interchangeable that could hit the top of the middle of the order as well.
Anything else for Coach?